Alright, so as most people have realized by now, Season 2 obviously started with no building. Now that is set to end in just a few days, and then I think, at least, building is coming back. But that leaves the question, what happens about the non-building game modes? Is there going to be one? Is it going to be a separate game mode? Is it going to be an LTM? Is it even going to be there? Are they going to remove it entirely? So surprisingly, a lot of people actually enjoy this. I, for one, enjoy it. Now, I don't mind building either, but I'm just not the best at it. Can I still win? Absolutely. But is it easier to win with no building? Definitely. So a bunch of returning Fortnite players are finding a newfound love for Fortnite because of the no building game mode. It's probably close to its peak player count right now because of all the returning players. And it really does give everyone a fighting chance. Without the ability to edit and build, it's more or less just a general shooter, and that's where people try to argue that this is not good for the game. What's stopping someone from going to play Call of Duty Warzone or Apex Legends or any other game that doesn't have building? And that's a fair point. Now, what I don't want to see happen is the no building mode turn into some LTM. And that, of course, is a limited time mode. Now, why would I say that? Well, if most people are like me, then winning is basically your goal for playing the game. You want to win and get more wins so you can brag or show off your win count. For example, I have 686 solo wins. I have 365 duo wins, not that many, and only 464 squad wins. So I'm over 1,000 wins in total. And those are the three primary game modes. Now, who in the right mind says, hey, how many LTM wins do you got? Nobody. Now, it does count that. You can see I have 209, but they don't count as real wins, if that makes sense. If you win a solo LTM, it doesn't go towards your solo win count. It only goes towards this, quote, fake LTM. Likewise, if you win a squad's LTM, it doesn't count towards your squad wins, it counts towards the LTM. And when people look up your stats, nobody looks at the LTM wins. I don't even know if it shows them, but they're not what people want. So would it be cool to have it as an LTM? I guess, yes, but again, I wouldn't play it personally. If wins did not matter in that mode and they didn't count, I would not play it. I play to win and up my win count. Now, are LTMs a great break from playing the normal game modes? Absolutely. Let's see if there's any LTMs right now. No, I don't see any currently, but for example, they have solid gold, unvaulted, things like that. They're a great break, they're fun to play, but they just don't count for real wins. It's kind of like playing Team Rumble. Now, don't get me wrong, people play Team Rumble all the time, but it doesn't really matter if you win because it doesn't count. So anyway, I tell you all this because the data miner Hypex tweeted this out. He says, seems like Epic is planning to keep a no building modes. Here are some signs/proof. And first he says there's separate no building modes that they can enable anytime after this limited time event ends. So obviously he can see the files, or he saw something that indicated this, that there literally are no building game modes and that they can turn them on anytime. Right now, if everything was normal, just like it was last season with builds and stuff, they could just turn these no building game modes on and we'd be able to play them. So the proof is there in the files, apparently. And the second reason, he said they changed most loading screen tips to say, quote, in modes with building enabled. So that is a great indicator that they've got something prepared for no building game modes. If they have to differentiate in the tip screen if a game mode has building enabled or if it doesn't, that means they've got stuff planned for sure. So that's all we know so far. Basically, the no building aspect of Season 2 is going to end very soon, just a few days from now. But then what happens? It's kind of fun to see all the popular streamers and YouTubers put stuff on social media like, hey, what do you think about no building? Do you like building better, no building? And then they put a poll up. And it's either 50-50 or no building is ahead. Can you believe that? I knew it was popular. I just didn't realize it was that popular. Now, again, at the same time, it's a fresh start for most people and they know it's going to end soon. So why wouldn't you say, yes, I'm having the time of my life, knowing in the back of your mind that it's going to end and building's going to come back. Now, if we didn't know that, if we thought this was permanent, I'm sure a lot of people would be up in arms and they would have voted, no, I don't like no building. I'd rather have building back. So I think that kind of tips the scales a bit in favor of no building, just knowing that it's going to go away soon and that it's not permanent. But let me ask you guys the same question. Would you like to have a no building game mode? Let me know in the comments. Would you like it to stay as a separate game mode? That's what I'm asking. Not permanent in the normal game modes, but as maybe a separate game mode. You can either pick solos build or solos no build, duos build, duos no build, etc. But like I said at the start, what I don't want to see is some flimsy no build LTM that doesn't count for anything and is more or less just a fun game mode like Team Rumble. That's what I don't want to see. So there you go. I just wanted to show some proof from the data miner Hypex that no building is likely here to stay. Now, in what capacity, we're still waiting to find out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A like is always appreciated. And don't forget to use my Support-A-Creator code, which is tabortime.